All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Welcome to a game between Sock and Colorful. This game taking place here on Terranistan LV. Gonna go ahead and swap the colors so Sock is spawning as the red human player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right, we have Colorful spawning as the blue Night Elf. Night Elf versus Human in this 1v1 matchup, and already we see an Ancient of War being placed down off over here, off to the side. It will be some Ancient of War creeping, and I guess the real question is what hero we are going to be looking at. Now, I like Night Elf in that depending on the matchup, you change your heroes very often, and especially on a map like this. Demon Hunter, Warden, or Keeper of the Grove, all three are very viable hero choices. Warden is very effective at shutting down expansions with Fan of Knives and that anti-magic potion spell, and expansions are what human players are generally wanting to do on a map like this. Keeper of the Grove is very, very strong, as well, being able to get entangles and forces of nature, while the good old classic Demon Hunter always very useful there. Hey Metaphysics, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in as things are getting underway. Now, it is going to be a Warden in this particular matchup, as we are also getting in some archers. Back on the other side, it is going to be a Mountain King first, rather than an Archmage. Interesting choice. Mountain King, a level 5 Mountain King is definitely scarier than a level 5 Archmage, but in the same breath, at the same time, an army with a level 5 Archmage is generally much stronger than an army with just a level 5 Mountain King. It's one of those strange points of tension in the human army that makes things a bit interesting and makes those choices that you make early on that much more important. Archer quickly gets lightning shielded, however, going to benefit from that extra damage right there. You can see the Renegade Wizard taking quite a bit of damage there. Archer should be shifting down to the south here just a little bit as to not finish any of those units off. You can take a look. Is the Footman going to try and steal anything? That is the big question there. Are we going to look at a Fan of Knives to perhaps finish off all of those units? No, we are not. There it is. Fan of Knives quickly picking up everything and even getting some extra damage on that Footman as well. Nice colorful play from Colorful, using that Fan of Knives to take down everything in this matchup. Meanwhile, Mountain King also picked up a Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Wisp went off to the side here, sees where exactly that Mountain King is. We are looking at a Mantle of Intelligence and a Wand of Mana Stealing for items. Very strong items early on. And, well, to try and shut down that Warden, but in the same breath, a Potion of Greater Healing is going to make that Warden that much more difficult to kill. Warden now looking to pull back here, already up to, what is that, 23 intelligence, 345 mana as the Militia now, well, going around the other side of the map here to try and engage. Are we going to perhaps get into a middle of all of these units and get a Thunderclap? Nope, we are not. Warden going to come in and say, you know what, I have Fan of Knives. What are you going to really do about it? Stormbolt onto the Warden. Warden taking quite a bit of damage. Warden wants to go straight after that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and the Forest Troll Shadow Priest may end up getting taken down. Oh, Warden is going to be in trouble. Is he going to try and double back around, trying to get away? Fan of Knives coming back around the other side. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, we are. And wow, that Forest Troll Shadow Priest was down to 27 hit points. Potion of Greater Healing had to be used. There goes that Forest Troll Shadow Priest finally getting taken down. And now what is going on here? So many other dead units as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Oh, who's going to get the experience? Mountain King gets the Ring of Regeneration, but that Warden is still out for blood, so to speak. Are we going to see the Wand of Mana Stealing being used? There's another Stormbolt again. And the fact that Wand of Mana Stealing was not used, that has opened up a lot more play as we're looking at a Stormbolt go down onto that Forest Troll Berserker. Militia now going to be coming back to the other side here. That is a 5-second stun. Mountain King could perhaps try to land another Stormbolt here. Needs to take a little bit more time. There it goes. And that Forest Troll Trapper will get taken down, giving level 3 to the Mountain King. Level 3 to the Mountain King. Level 3 to the Warden. They're going to try and engage once more. Footman off to the side here. Oh, there's another Wand of Mana Stealing again, and the Warden is a little bit trapped. What's going on? However, the Footman actually making room. What is going on here? Dust of Appearance, perhaps? Yes, Dust of Appearance. Stormbolt right there as the Warden realizes, you know what? I can't really go anywhere. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? No. Most likely a Blink would have just been used, and it was able to slip away. back off to the sides here. If you're able, if you was able to, or if I was able to remove one item from the game, which item would that be? I don't know. I think that would actually be a very difficult one. I think I would actually move moving Circlets of Nobility up a tier because of the amount of stats that it gives. That would be one of my thoughts, but then I know that the Circlets of Nobility, so many strategies revolve around the Circlet of Nobility. So even as I say that, it's actually just quite kind of scary, right? If you imagine someone with 3 circlets of nobility, that's the same as having a belt of giant strength, robe of magi, and boots of Quel'Tha Lost, which are all very, very high tier items. That's my thought there. It does big potion of mana and Watcher Ward nerf. Well, the Watcher Wards have already been dropped to a much lower amount as the Warden now teleports back in here, perhaps trying to stop this expansion, and we are going to be looking at exactly that. Warden, there is, well, Staff of Teleportation, there's the Fan of Knives. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, we are, and the second Fan of Knives could be coming in already. Archer is already in position. You can see all of those units. Oh, there's a bash right there. Mountain King, there's the Dust of Appearance as a Fan of Knives does go off. Mountain King unable to catch up that distance. The Warden with such fast movement speed, able to blink across the map, finishes off some more units, and all the peasants getting taken down, unable to continue all of that building. Yep, finally Europe can watch Crota at daytime. Well, I've been trying to cast during the early morning stages, at least for me right now, since I can't seem to cast in the afternoons. We're now having Colorful going to dual Ancients of Lore being built off to the side here. Meanwhile, the Mountain King, well, catches an Ancient of War, but no additional creeping either. The opening so far rather odd, as we're going to see the units, well, once again engage here. Warden taking a lot of damage. Are we going to see a bash? No, another Fan of Knives. We are not going for the Thunderclap strategy, and are we going to be going into Spellbreakers? That is my next question. Trying to deal with that Warden's Fan of Knives, absolutely difficult, as the units are still all wandering around. Coming back here, Mountain King, Stormbolt onto the Warden again. Warden should be able to just blink out of any bad spot, any tight situation as the Warden gets back home. And every time the Warden comes back across here, oh, there's another bash again, as the Warden is trying to engage, hoping that maybe the Tree of Ages will join in on the fight as well. That Warden with those very fast heals able to retreat once more. Footmen, lots of them coming in from Sok. Meanwhile, Dryads now joining in on the fight. That slow poison going to be the downfall of that Forest Troll Berserker. Sok isn't going to allow that unit to, well, fall on its own proverbial axe as it gets taken down, giving experience to that Warden. Warden dangerously close to level 4 as the Mountain King purposely going to aggro. What is it doing? It's just running along inside the back here, picks up a Goblin Zeppelin, and then going to hide, trying to perhaps engage here. And there's a Goblin Shredder. Where's this Goblin Zeppelin going to go? It could try and do a bit of harassment. No, this is going to go ahead and fly back home. We do see one Tree of Life in the center portion of the map, or center south side of the map, excuse me, as we're having the Warden and Colorful trying to set up an expansion. What a messy game so far. Yeah, so far, everything just seems to be all over the place. Arcane Tower not even being repaired. 7 peasants on the gold mine. Obviously, that is not the game plan whatsoever, and it doesn't look like Colorful will catch that anytime soon. Mountain King coming back across over here, going to try and finish off more units. The Ring of Regeneration has done a lot of healing for that Mountain King, as we're looking at more and more Dryads getting trained up. Warden comes back in on the inside here, going to go ahead, try to get a Fan of Knives, and now it somehow looks like some brilliant sort of play to try and go for 7 peasants, because even if you lose 2 or 3, well, no, I take it back. He lost 2 or 3, and then he lost 5 right there, as the Tree of Life is now, well, trying to escape. Beautiful use of the Zeppelin, making sure that the Arcane Tower doesn't drain the mana of the Warden, and then just getting 2 back-to-back Fan of Knives, more than enough to, well, shut down this expansion right there. All right, guard towers are in position, perhaps even 1 guard tower in the back location and 1 guard tower here to prevent, or Arcane Tower to prevent any sort of drops or anything of that nature, as the Tree of Life well, gonna get into position here and, well, start entangling that gold mine. Warden sitting at level 4, and the Warden will try to get to level 5. After it gets to level 5, it is then gonna start doing a lot of harassment to get to level 6. Solo Warden level 6 on Tyrannus Stand has become a common sight occurrence just because of the high mobility, the being able to blink across gaps and or blink away, also being able to, excuse me, and being able to use those goblin zeppelins to drop in all of those, adding into, well, easy ultimate abilities for the Warden on this particular map. Coming back around, Mountain King sitting at level 5. A lot of slow Sock. They're going to go ahead and move back off to the north here. As you can see, oh, wow, a quick, so many additional towers. And I do not think Sock was actually prepared for this at all. We may actually see a Dryad get taken down to 50 hit points. And it looks like it will end up surviving down to 35. As the Warden now sells some items and picks up some useful items here. All right, Blood Mage showing up. Blood Mage going to go after that. A Dryad there. One more shot. That Dryad all dizzy from the flight. Now, well, about to get taken down. Meanwhile, this Dryad will be able to teleport back. Not a problem, as the Mountain King, well, nope, not the Mountain King. Mountain King, a Blood Mage. Where's the Mountain King? He's in a Zeppelin somewhere. Right there he is. Zeppelin still looking to do a little bit of scouting. Warden sitting at level 4, Scroll of Town Portal to get out of a tight spot and save only one Dryad. Not that helpful for Colorful. We'll see what his follow-up play is going to be. Coming back through, Mountain King. Well, Mountain King amongst all of these units, and he does have a good amount of mana, but I am surprised. Normally, if you go for Stormbolt Bash, you don't go for the Blood Mage with the mana battery strategy. You don't necessarily need it, as, oh, there in comes the Warden. Warden, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. All the units are going to try and get picked back up now. Let's take a look. There you go. One footman being left behind. I'm sorry, the flight is full. Stormbolt, but wow, the Warden still gets the kill right there as a blink does go down. Coming back off to the north, Goblin Zeppelin now going to go ahead and check the top right side. It is nightfall, even though it looks like day right now, as those guys are just all shadow melted here. Mountain King going to go ahead and engage Stormbolt straight up onto the Enforcer. Well, siphon mana into that Mountain King again, as the Blood Mage getting more and more mana too. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest taking a lot more damage than they would have really liked or expected. Stormbolt goes down as another, is that an Enforcer? No, just the Assassin going to get taken down here. Back to the south, Warden going to go in and teleport. Where is it teleporting to? It's teleporting back to the Mountain King. Oh, a big Phantom Knives could go down. There it goes, taking down 2 extra units. Mountain King wants to get a Stormbolt off, but unable to do exactly that, as Sock drops below Colorful supply for, I believe, the first time in this game. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker as the second hero. All right, Goblin Tinker as a second hero. Yeah, it could have been much worse. But it looks like Sock was able to really recover there. Now going to use Force, or Scroll of Regeneration to heal back up. Are we going into Tier 3? Yes, we are. Nearly there. Arcane Sanctum, building up dual Arcane Sanctums Workshop. And we could be trying to go into Spellbreakers, but we know that bears are going to be naturally coming in from these dual Ancients of Lore later on. Meanwhile, Anti-Magic Potion causing major problems. The Warden now pretty much denying experience across the board, taking a lot of damage. Mountain King, what is he doing? Going to try and pick up a Tome of Retraining. There it goes, picks it up, and we're going to see that right there. All right, Blood Mage in the back. There's a blink, another Phantom Knives, Siphon Mana, Stormbolt, Thunderclap. Right there, Siphon Mana, no Dust of Appearance. There is a Watcher Ward. There is the Watcher Ward right now on that Mountain King. Mountain King could end up getting taken down. Blood Mage still fighting here. What is going on? What is that Mountain King doing? That is not a smart call. The Watcher Ward was down. I can't tell whose it belongs to, or who it belongs to. Maybe the Warden also had a Watcher Ward, as the Warden now teleporting away. All right, Warden back at home, gonna drop some items, pick everything back, or heal up, and then pick everything and go once more. Goblin Tinker sitting at level 3 now, as the Warden sitting at level 5. Mountain King, I believe, is at 4, and, well, oh my goodness, where are all of the units? So difficult to spot everything. Mountain King is at 4, and that Blood Mage is at 2, as that Mountain King needs a lot of healing as well. All right, Scout Form trying to be placed down. However, quickly going to get shut down here. Warden going to finish off that Peasant, no problem, and finish off this farm. Is it going to actually get the last hit? Yes, it does. Loss of 80 gold right there. Not quite sure what exactly Sock's thinking. Sock's playing actually a rather messy game at this stage, as the Goblin Tinker, still sitting at level 3, hasn't chosen its next ability yet. Bears are now out onto the field as Kobold Tunnelers or Kobolds are now just getting taken out. Anka Reincarnation, Warden looking for easy kills all across the map to perhaps try and finish off and get up to level 5. In comes a Thunderclap there. Mountain King sitting at level 4, gonna finish off the remaining Nightcrawlers, giving mana to that Mountain King. And well, we know how strong Thunderclap can be as the Blood Mage gets to level 3. Warden diving onto the inside here. Paladin as the third hero. Goblin Zeppelin, are we going to get Arcane Sentry? There's a reveal as the blink forced down. All right, Warden trying to stay. Warden going to go ahead and stay alive right there. Knight's Animal War Training not yet started. And this is a rather interesting combination of units. Knights, Casters, Mortar teams, and with a Mountain King, Blood Mage, Paladin. And so far we haven't seen any Spellbreakers as of yet. Meaning that Mountain King, quick Stormbolt right there. Mountain King could have a very, very bad day as damage is going to go ahead and get ensued. Picking up, being dropped back off as the Goblin Zeppelin picks up the Mountain King and the Warden getting back home. We are setting up a third base as well for Colorful. So Colorful is going to be running up on 3 bases in low upkeep. Meanwhile, we're looking at, Sock, is he going to be trying to set up an expansion? No, it does not look like that as of yet. Gold mines still have plenty of mining capabilities, main gold mines, however, down to about 5 minutes of mining left, and that is it. More mortar teams getting added in, and the army of Sock all of a sudden expanded and grew quite a bit. We are looking at Animal War Training getting added in now. Militia being joined in on the fight. Where are they going to be trying to go? Perhaps towering this bottom left-hand side of the map. We are looking at Bears, Dryads, all of these units right across over here. We're going to engage into the middle portion. There goes, I believe that was a Wisp, as Chimera Roost now added in as well. A flying 2-headed dragon. Well, I'm sure a bunch of D&D players are very upset saying that a chimera is a dragon, because they are definitely not. All right, Mortar Team's going to try and engage right there. Bears in that front line. Mortar Teams are too far in the back. We saw a big fan of knives right there. Warden going to get a big fan of knives once more. Mana Flare coming across. Another fan of knives coming in the back once more as the units are trying to get away. Wand of the Wind picking up all of those units. Staff of Preservation or Sanctuary saving some units here as the Mortar Teams should really be trying to get in some damage. AoE, Cluster Rock is doing major damage there as the Warden pretty much now out of mana. Gonna have to fight the old-fashioned way as the Goblin Tinker is now currently up in the air. Mortar Team's getting a bunch of damage on that back line. If they're able to just constantly splat, no, they're actually going after the Ancient of War instead, as the Goblin Tinker could get taken down, but there was an Anka Reincarnation. Mountain King right there. All right, Mountain King is going to perhaps try to land a Stormbolt here in just a moment. Turning back around. Well, there it goes. There's a Thunderclap there. Are we going to see a Staff with Teleportation? There's the Goblin Tinker. He gets Staff to Sanctuary and saved as the Knights are trying to focus down all of these units. Continuing to heal Mountain King. Thank you for the follow, Mountain King. Trying to chase after all of these units as the Mountain King is low on mana and unable to finish anything off. And there's 118 hit point. Mountain Giant that is still alive. Hippogriff is still right there. Units trying to get repositioned. Once more, Guard Tower is getting added in as we're going to see a big fan of knives come across multiple units in the back. All right, all of that mana pretty much gone in an instant as the units are trying to break free and break away. There goes a giant splat right there. I believe Mountain King now sitting up at level 5. Mana Flare finishing off all those units. 3 Mortars teams lost from that fan of knives as the Warden gets to level 6. Game went back and forth continuously. Goblin Tinker was saved. Warden gets to level 6 as Colorful takes the command or the supply lead again. Level 6, level 4, going up against a level 5, level 3, level 2. That Paladin, well, we need to see a lot more scrolls of healing to try and counteract the fan of knives. The fact that the Warden can easily blink behind enemy lines and then just use a fan of knives, nearly destroying all of the All of that back line is absolutely amazing. All right, Avatar of Vengeance is right here. Finds plenty of corpses to build a Spirit of Vengeance army. And the Spirit of Vengeance army can just go and attack somewhere right now. I don't know why it isn't doing that. The Avatar of Vengeance should actually be moving up a little bit further to try and engage as well. As in comes those units. There you are. Damage is coming across. All right, Spirit of Vengeance. There you go. Spirit trying to get even more. The Avatar of Vengeance does not want to actually take that much damage, as we're looking at the Spirit of Vengeance is trying to engage too. Back across off over here. Well, there goes an anti-magic potion flying machine mortar team. We're going to try and engage Warden. Well, where is it going to try and go? Another fan of knives coming across here, as the flying machines are really looking for chimeras, but hasn't been able to find them. Quick surround onto the Avatar of Vengeance, and that will get taken down. The ultimate ability taken down so quickly. Scroll of Healing saving some of those units, as the mortar teams, well, one mortar team left, going to try and take down this Tree of Life. All right. Colorful, looking for the proper time to re-engage. Warden going to rejoin in on the battle, has an anti-magic potion. In comes the Mountain King. Mountain King, well, it's a trap, and we all know it. We're all going to see it. There you go, Stormbolt straight up on there already. Siphon mana, removing much of the mana from that Warden anti-magic potion. There is that Fan of Knives as the Warden tries to back away. Flying machines are going after the Chimeras. Chimera quickly taken down. Siphon mana away again, as the Warden isn't going to be able to get a Fan of Knives off. No, not able to get off enough, as the Cluster Rockets now coming across here. All right, Blood Mage is going to be able to siphon mana. No, give mana to or from the Warden again. Mountain King, what is going on? Mountain King low on mana. There's another group of Cluster Rockets once more, as Druids of the Claw are taking down. There goes another Fan of Knives. Potion of mana being used, as the Mountain King trying to slip away again. There is a stun onto the Blood Mage, stopping all of that mana absorption again, as we're looking at so many units just constantly falling left and right. There goes another Thunderclap, finishing off more units. Paladin low on mana. Mountain King is good on mana. The Warden could be very much in trouble. Is it going to take a Stormbolt? There goes the Goblin Tinker, not the Warden, as the Mountain King could have chased down the Warden and finished her off. Instead, got the Goblin Tinker. With this, Mountain King, Blood Mage, Paladin now engaging and trying to take down this Tree of Life. A couple of Scout Towers now getting added in too, as the Dryads are here, well, to try and save this expansion. Paladin using up a Clarity Potion off to the side. If it gets attacked, well, it will lose that Clarity Potion, but I don't believe it's going to get monitored that much. Coming back around, Mountain King ready to join in on the fight. Here we go. Where are we going to join? There is a double Thunderclap onto the Druid of the Claws. Thank you for the follow, as the units are now looking to pull back away. There goes another Fan of Knives, but only hitting the Mountain King. Spellbreakers are immune, as you all know, as the Warden now tries to get away. However, a Druid of the Claw may not be as lucky. One or two more shots right there should be able to finish it off. There goes a Stormbolt. There goes the Knight finishing off. A Knight should get in front. There you go for a proper surround. I don't believe we're going to get a Staff of Preservation. Or are we? Is there? No Staff of Preservation, as we are looking at another Druid of the Claw taken down. Mountain King still sitting at level 5. Blood Mage is at 4. Paladin is at 3. Are we going to get some Siphon mana? There's a new Avatar of Vengeance here, ready to go, as the Spirit of Vengeance going to cause a lot of problems. Bears, well, trying to retreat back. Spellbreakers are going to take down those bears now, as another Stormbolt goes onto the Warden. Warden constantly out of mana because of the Stormbolt and because of the Siphon mana, taking away that precious mana when it cannot move or dodge. Still, units are trying to fight around again, as the Stormbolt lands onto that Warden. Warden losing mana, very important. Oh, we're going to see perhaps a reveal right here, as the Knights are just holding on to this position. No, there in comes a Flying Machine. Flying Machine is right there. Warden is going to be able to make its way back out. It shoots down that one unit. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, we do, and there goes the Warden. Warden has fallen at level 6. However, a Chimera may be able to finish off this Knight. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary? No Staff of Sanctuary, still on cooldown, as the Knight is trying to get away. Warden resurrected back at the tavern, now fighting back across over here. It's going to go ahead and teleport back home. And, well, teleport back home and then heal back up once again. That instantaneous heal, such a big bonus for the Night Elf army. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker still not getting resurrected as of yet. Fly Machines trying to get some damage onto the Tree of Life off to the side, as the main gold mines have been mined out. Back down to the south here. So much pressure constantly at this expansion, and still it is standing. What is happening? Is Colorful using his economic advantage in a way where he's actually winning the battle instead of just giving more and more experience to the human army heroes. We are looking at a level 5, level 4, level 3 going up against a single level 6 chimeras are here as well. There comes a blink and another fan of knives. Anti-magic potion making it difficult to, well, stop that warden again. Holy, no, that I believe that was a staff of sanctuary saving that unit right there as the units are still in a massive run. All right, about ready to engage. In comes a fan of knives. The unit's going to go ahead and pull back away as the warden blinks back once more. Mountain King full on mana. Units are going to try and engage here as another chimera could get taken down. This is actually just constant problems as the Mountain King finally gets to level 6. Level 6 Mountain King, Avatar of Vengeance, could cause some serious problems. And now the fly machines are just saying, you know what, I can still deal damage to buildings. Coming back through, Goblin Shredder now being forced to pull back here. Avatar of Vengeance getting in a little bit of damage here. 20 damage per attack against the fly machines with Devotion Aura and level 1 armor upgrades. Damage still coming through. Staff of Teleportation about to come in. Units are trying to teleport back. Are we going to see a fan of knives there? Stormbolt. Nope, not quite. As the mortar team is trying to get away. Flying machines, saving the mortar team as the units are still engaging again. All right, Holy Light saving once more. Flying machines going to make their way back over to the Dryads. Dryads are, as you know, weak to that damage as well. Staff of Sanctuary saving that, or Staff of Preservation saving the bear as the mortar team still coming in with those big engagements. Mortar team's trying to rain down fire or brimstone onto those Dryads in the back, but the Dryads just simply too far as the Warden teleports behind enemy lines again. Holy Light's continuing to save. Paladin could be in trouble, needs to get a Divine Shield off if it wants to stay alive, but doesn't have it. Is it going to be able to do anything? Yes, Staff of Sanctuary save on the Paladin at the last possible moment as it gets back up to 105 hit points and climbing. All right, 2 mortar teams are here. There has been a battle here for so long, and finally that Tree of Life has been taken down. It is now 1 base to 1 base. Flying machines finding easy targets to just destroy on the other side of the map. Are we going to see? Yes, there it goes. Is it going to go after the Warden? It shouldn't try to go after the Warden as those units are just going to end up falling here. Goblin Tinker back out onto the field. As the Mountain King is going to find a Stormbolt. Yes, finishes off that unit there. Mountain King is at 5. Blood Mage is at, Mountain King is at 6. Blood Mage is at 5. Staff of Sanctuary still saving more units again. The Staff of Sanctuary starting to really pay for itself in Knights and Hero saves. Wondering what people in these houses think. Huge battles going on right under their noses. Micro away. Yes, thank you for the follow. Coming back through 62 supply compared to 67. We are looking still about 5 minutes of mining on each of the spaces. Two minutes of mining over here for the human army. So the army is not having a good time. Well, I think they're just happy that that they're ordered to shelter in place right now and not go outside. A big thunderclap going down as we're looking at the Warden. Well, going straight after the Dryads. Dryads were able to hit back straight there. Staff of Sanctuary saves one. Staff of Sanctuary saves another. Holy Light saves another as a thunderclap comes through, slowing down multiple bears. Goblin Tinker is right there. Mountain King still trying to engage. Is going to be able to finish off. Yes, able to finish off some more. Another big thunderclap. Staff of Preservation saves again as siege engines now rolling their way in. Mountain King still alive. You're going to go ahead and get off another thunderclap. There goes another bear again as the Mountain King has just been clapping and clapping. Tree of Eternity. Come on, siege engine. There's a perfect target right there. Where are you trying to go? All right, Mountain King now making its way back over. An army of Spirit of Vengeances out onto the field. An army of invulnerable units causing major mayhem as the Warden still heading back over here. Siege engine engaging against the Tree of Eternity. Meanwhile, back off to the north, there goes that Dryad. A little bit of damage exchanging once again. How do you deal with being chased by a Spirit of Vengeance army that is completely invulnerable? Well, all you got to do is really run, as you don't want to run past them. You'll be taking damage for free. Siege engines now making their way back over. What's happening here? Did it get taken down? Perhaps. So difficult to keep track. As we now take a look back here, Fly Machines trying to finish off more units as the Night Elf, well, apparently in the cost of winning this war is even cutting down the forest. Being one with nature never looks so strange. Mountain King now making its way back out. Blood Mage getting in position as we're going to see, well, a Ancient of Lore quickly going to get taken down. Is it going to train up that Dryad? I do believe so. There it is. It is now out onto the field as the units are going to, well, end up falling there. There it goes. Level 4 now on the Paladin. Yes, level 2 Devotion Aura. Even more difficult to finish off the units as the Rockets hitting that entire backline, followed by Fan of Knives. One mortar team lost. Priest showing up to the party a little bit late with nothing to heal. A Thunderclap as a no Avatar of coming into play. Avatar, this is, I believe, the 4th or 5th Avatar of Vengeance. Staff of Preservation saves again. And are we going to see a Staff of Teleportation to bring them all back in once more? Mountain King sitting at level 6, getting back up to high mana. Is it going to be able to finish off any of those units? There goes the Warden off to the side. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Or nope, just another Thunderclap, slowing down multiple units again. Bears are getting taken down as the Blood Mage has no mana to try and siphon from another target. All right, there's the siphon mana. Warden, is it going to, yes, go down to 0 mana again as the Mountain King still has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Gets stunned, needs to back away. Paladin doesn't have mana. Mortar team says, let me join in on the fight, not realizing that everyone is retreating behind him. Paladin currently alive and well. Spirit of Vengeance now making its way back over, coming back through. Siege Engine quickly getting destroyed. All of those trees just uprooting to not take bonus damage from those siege engines. Back down here, Avatar of Vengeance trapped between a silo, a river, and a Paladin. Quickly gets taken down as the Mountain King still stays at level 6. Paladin, still just at 4. Siphon mana, giving mana to that Paladin again. We're looking up. Mortar team could finish off this Moonwell rather quick. You do not want to give easy heals to your opponent, and that's exactly what that Moonwell is. Showing what? Quite a bit of mana. Stormbolt, dodge right there, but it was actually intended for the Goblin Tinker. Goblin Tinker losing all of its mana as the units are now trying to head away again. Are we going to perhaps be looking at a Stormbolt? Staff of Sanctuary saves right there. There's a Fan of Knives. Stormbolt again, siphon mana. Paladin now trying to head off to the north. It gets saved as it runs away. Blood Mage was in the middle of siphoning mana, was trying to get every bit of mana that it could before using that Staff of Sanctuary to save that Paladin, who is now back at home. All right, 3 units back at home there. Does each hero have a Staff of Sanctuary? Yes, it does. Staff of Sanctuary being the item of the day, as we're looking at, well, long distance mining happening as well. No more mining here. This gold mine only has 5 seconds of mining left, and what you see is what you get. Flying machines trying to pick off any additional units. Meanwhile, Mountain King with Inner Fire making its way down. We're going to be going into engagement. Dryads are here. Mountain King wants to finish off those Dryads. Mortar teams are very precious now. Only 2 mortar teams are left. Is there an expansion? No, there isn't. But you cannot let those mortar teams just be exposed in the back. 8 supply. This is still anyone's game. Blood Mage is right there, and what is this? The Tree of Eternity could get taken down. A lot of damage right there. Mountain King is right there. There's that Fan of Knives that we were all expecting. Is there going to be a counter Scroll of Healing? That is the question. No, there is so much AoE damage. Only 1 unit was able to survive all of that onslaught by being stabbed back home. Units are trying to make their way back again. And Sock perhaps just waited too long. Stormbolt onto the Warden. Warden, Staff of Preservation saves as the Avatar of Vengeance is still in that front line spot. Blood Mage still engaging here. Siphon mana away. Mountain King needs to find a way to save more units as the Blood Mage needs to back up. Blood Mage currently healed, but getting slow poisoned. Is it going to be able to break free? Mountain King is going to try and just Thunderclap right here. There it goes. There's a Thunderclap, but Magic Immune. Druid of the Claw down to 132 hit points. It could get taken down very quickly. There goes another stun as the Warden is back in on the fight. There goes a Knight, and it looks like Colorful starting to take the lead after that critical pivotal battle. Mortar teams trying to join back in on the fight again, but there is just simply too much. Another Fan of Knives gonna take down a Goblin Shredder. Holy Light tries to save, but there's only 3 heroes left as the Warden is out for blood. Staff of Sanctuary saving another unit. Units are now trying to teleport all the way back again. Fan of Knives hitting the Knight. Knight down to 465 hit points after a Holy Light as the Paladin trying to keep this army alive as best as he can. Fan of Knives coming across. Goblin Tinker, however, Staff of Sanctuary down to 46 hit points, able to be saved as the Mountain King is in trouble. Mountain King trying to slip through. Is there a Staff of Sanctuary? No, Staff of Teleportation in order to break free, and it will be able to do exactly that. Heading back home and now staying close. We are looking at pretty much no more gold for the human player. Sock, as we're going to get some holy lights right here to try and get back full. Staff of Sanctuary is being used very aggressively now to heal up. And well, if it's on cooldown and you have a low hit point unit, you should really try and heal. All right, low hit point peasant down to 18 hit points will come back with that sack of gold and wonders whether it was worth it after all of his other friends have fallen too. Units trying to chase after the Dryads. Dryads with that, well, with that range slow poison. And the Warden with that backline Fan of Knives. Absolutely destroying everything. Goblin Tinker adding a quick temporary ranged stun. In addition to the Warden's Fan of Knives have finished off multiple units multiple times. Back across here, Dryads now making their way over here to the bottom left. It looks like a Tree of Eternity could get taken down. There it is, Staff of Sanctuary to try and save, but or to break the Siphon Mana, but it doesn't work if it just teleports within range of the Paladin or the Blood Mage still. Siphon Mana coming through. All right, there's a Holy Light trying to save that Mountain King. Stormbolt back onto that Warden. Siphon Mana, removing mana from that Warden again. We're going to see the death. No, that Spellbreaker saw the attack naturally coming towards it, thought it was going to fall, and then end up surviving still. Every bit of armor helps, every bit of hit points helps, but an 18 to 55 supply deficit is very difficult to overcome. Once this Tree of Eternity is rerouted and established, I believe it is going to be Colorful's game. Only a mistake, a tragic mistake by Colorful will cause him to lose at this point, as the Paladin now trying to make its way back out. All right, Siphon Mana into that unit right there. Let's into the Mountain King. Mountain King going to try and engage. Is going to be able to bash or do anything against those Dryads? Not at all. And, well, Spellbreakers are immune to the Fan of Knives, but the Dryads are immune to the Mountain King's Thunderclap as well. And, well, the Dryads have really just been able to do much more damage. Tree of Eternity waiting to get this finished. Perhaps we should really, trying to repair this Tree of Eternity as well. An extra bit of hit points could help, especially as the heroes are now making their way over. All right. 7 armor. And Wisp, are they going to try and repair here? Or is a Mountain King and, well, all of these units going to come back over? Here we go. This could be a problem. Tree of Eternity down to 537 hit points. Units are pulling back away. Mountain Giants are starting to join in on the fight. But no, I do not believe Saw can continue to attack this Tree of Eternity as there's so many other units nearby. Staff of Preservation saves another Druid of the Claw as the Blood Mage tries to, well, dive back again. Avatar of Vengeance has constantly been a thorn in the side of Saw, and I think that ultimate ability is just going to become far too much. Rocket Cluster is actually missing all of their targets right there. Siphon, Mana, Stormbolt, Staff of Preservation, or Staff of Sanctuary. Preservation teleports back to the Tree of Eternity, which was still close enough again. Siphon Mana coming across, big holy lights right there. Mountain King Stormbolt onto the Goblin Tinker. Goblin Tinker could end up getting taken down. Holy light still being brought through as we're looking at a Thunderclap there. Blood Mage is going to be able to get any of that mana. Mountain King unable to throw a Stormbolt. Paladin gets a holy light off as the Goblin Tinker able to slip away as there was just constantly too much slow poison on that Mountain King. Goblin Tinker able to dodge around and run around in a circle again, ring around this crescent-shaped forest, as the forest is, well, the forest seems to be attacking back. Ancients of Wind getting in position as well. Tree of Eternity, Wisp being brought over to try and repair. Mountain King is in position. One Spirit of Vengeance causing problems. There is the repairs getting back up to 600 hit points. Mountain King could try and get up a big Thunderclap here, but this is not going to work out well for Saw. Saw cannot afford to attack the Tree of Eternity while the army is beating down on him as well. Mountain King in position again. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? We should be looking at a Stormbolt there. No, it looked like it was a point-blank Stormbolt that was dodged by Colorful. Beautifully done there. Seeing the animation for that, for bringing back the arm, and then just still dodging it as the Mountain King now heads back off to the north there. Mountain King still trying to engage. I think if that Avatar or if the Warden had fallen, it would have given Sock at least a decent fighting chance to get back into this. Meanwhile, Tree of Eternity still mining. One Drew to the Claw, trying to hide in the back here, doing so, and wants to get a rejuvenation. As we're looking at what repairs are still underway. All right, Warden coming back across here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? And oh, it still got shaken off again. The blink far enough as the rockets now coming clustering back down. Mountain King trying to engage. Are we going to see the Goblin Shredder get taken down? No, we are not. Staff of Preservation and Staff of Sanctuary working their magic. Stormbolt onto the Warden. Mountain King very low on hit points. Airs the cluster. There's a Staff of Sanctuary. There's another Staff of Sanctuary as the units are in a massive retreat back. This one, Drew to the Claw, should be able to rejuvenate himself right now and get back into that fight. If only Colorful remembers it or notices it. But I think this is going to be the end of the fight. Sock retreating back. We are 40 minutes into this game. Still has not come to an end. But the Blood Mage, I believe, one more shot. There it goes. 300 experience for the Warden. And that is the game there. Colorful taking this game with a higher resource score. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.